Thank you to Discord for sponsoring this video. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna answer your most asked question about body image, insecurity, how to love yourself, how to stop comparing yourself to others, and everything in between. For those of you who are new to my channel, hi! I'm Clara and I make video about body positivity and self-love. So if that's what you're into, you can subscribe to my channel. And with that being said, I am super excited to announce that I finally have a server on Discord. If you haven't heard of Discord before, this is a place that my online community can come together, connect, and support each other. I'm so excited about this partnership because I've been wanting to start a Discord server for the longest time, and you know, I love to connect with you directly, but a lot of times I can't answer all your DMs and comments, so I think this is a great way for us to, you know, just be all in one place. On here you can also get behind the scene content and chat directly with me. We can talk about fashion, relationship advice, we can support each other on bad mental health or bad body image days. You can follow this link here or find it in the description box to download Discord and join my server. I'm also gonna be live on my Discord server on Friday, November 18 at 3 p.m. PT at 6 p.m. ET. I can't wait to see you there, and now let's get to the question. How to self-love when partner is toxic? Dum dum. I don't think we have time and energy for people who don't appreciate us the way we are, so they shouldn't have any place in our life.
Get the hell out of here!
How can I feel pretty when there's this other girl that is better and prettier at everything? This is personal, this is relatable. You know, I relate to that because there's this creator that I often compare myself to. Like, I feel like I think about her just as much as I think about myself. Like, I'm that obsessive. So I definitely feel you on that. I think that it's just a phase. Remind yourself that, you know, nothing is permanent, and if this is the phase that this particular girl trigger you and trigger your insecurity, well, it is what it is. I'm sorry, but sometimes the more we try not to think about someone, the more we're gonna think about that person. But when you accept that it is a phase and you're gonna think about that person, and whenever you think about that person, remind yourself that it's okay, then eventually you're gonna think about that person less. A practical tip for you when you think about that person is to remind yourself or to have an affirmation. She's great and so am I. It is what it is. She's great and so am I. I have the things that I am proud of too. I have the things that I like about myself too. So focus your attention back to yourself, back to what you like about yourself, back on to what you are excited about, back onto your life. Focus your attention onto your life. Attention is power. The more attention you give to yourself, the more power you give to yourself.
Focus on you, big bro.
There's a lot of questions about how to stop comparing yourself to others, whether it be body, achievements, and just overall how to stop comparison. And for me, I say that comparison will never stop. You will always compare yourself at one point or another in your life. You know, my honest advice is to accept it. I think that the moment that I accept that, you know what, it's okay if I compare myself sometimes and I don't beat myself up for it, is the moment that I start to feel okay with it. Because it's really natural to compare. I think that it's human nature to compare ourselves to others to see where we stand, whether in terms of attractiveness, whether it's in terms of success or financial achievements. I think that there's nothing wrong with that. But of course, there's a line that when it becomes excessive and when you start to feel bad about it, when you start to think bad about yourself, that's when you need to step back. And my tip for that situation is to remind myself that everybody compare. Every single one of us compare ourselves to other people. The people that you compare yourself to, they compare themselves to. They compare themselves to other people that they deem are better than them. It's honestly like never ending. In a way, we're kind of all in it together. We all compare ourselves to others in one way or another. I struggle with comparison a lot. I try to learn to live with it and accept it. I think acceptance is key. You either accept it or, struggle. I just know that it's natural to come up. It's natural to feel inferior to somebody sometimes. But like I said, if you take a step back and realize that everybody, every single person does that, even people at the top, of course they compare themselves to you. I have no doubt about that. It's just human nature. You gotta be realistic about being confident. And a lot of times, a myth about confidence is that when you achieve it, you will always feel confident. And honestly, nobody feels like that. Everybody has off days and everybody has moments that they feel like they could have done better or they feel like they're lacking in some type of way. I think that we have to realize that perfection is not realistic. What realistic is gradual trajectory of getting better. Maybe you could hate yourself last year, but this year you're able to accept some of the things that you don't like about yourself. And that's a great progress. And there would be days that you may feel like the past insecurity comes back to you, and I have those days too. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're humans and we supposed to feel bad sometimes. Like there's nothing wrong with it. There's a lot of things that I want to say about this because there's self-help and self-development culture. Somehow I feel like how they may have instilled in us an idea that feeling happiness all the time is possible and it's something that we should strive for or is attainable. I think that is a myth. I think that humans are supposed to feel a wide range of emotions. There's gonna be off days and it's okay.
Stop comparing yourself to other people. You're only on this planet to be you, not someone else's imitation of you.
Best ways to keep other people's opinions out of your head. I think the best way to keep other people's opinion out of your head is to remind yourself that your opinion is the most important opinion. Period. Period. Your opinion about yourself is the most important opinion out there, the most important opinion ever in your world. This is your world. You choose what's most important for you. You can choose what's important for you is what other people think, or you can choose what's important to you is what you think about yourself. At least that's my tip when there's negative opinions in the comments, online, my personal life. If somebody doesn't like me, well, that may be important to them. That's not important to me. I can choose what's important to me.
You choose me?
How do you deal with people who say skinny shaming shouldn't be a body positivity issue? I get this quite often in the body positivity community. There are people who say that because you're skinny, you're not allowed to feel insecure, or this movement is not for you, this movement is for bigger body. I understand, I respect their opinion, because it's true that the movement was started to support bigger people, to support people of color. But I think that over the years, the movement has transformed into something bigger, something that's more inclusive. I think that it is reflected in the name of the movement as well, body positivity. That includes everybody, whether you're fat, skinny, disabled, able-bodied, from any race, any body type. Body positivity is for you. And so how do I deal with people who say skinny shaming is not a body positivity issue? I just ignore them. It's okay. People can have different opinions. They are entitled to their opinion. I am entitled to my opinion. I believe that it is part of the movement. So I'm just gonna stick with my opinion.
Why can't we all just get along?
What do you think about beauty standards? There's a lot that I want to talk about beauty standards, and it may be like a whole video on its own. But in short, I think beauty standards are fleeting. They change all the time, and because they change all the time, we shouldn't subject ourselves to the standards. 20 years ago, it was the heroine chic, the super skinny type of look that was very popular. And now it's all about the curves and the BBL and the tiny waist and the hourglass. You can look at, history and see that beauty standards change every 10 or 20 years. And now I feel like, honestly, just all there for corporations to make money, for cosmetic surgeons and clinics to make money. You know what? I just realized that the reason why beauty standards change every 10 to 20 years or so, because during those 10 to 20 years, almost everyone would change themselves to fit those standards. And of course, corporations want more growth, right? They want new customer, so they would have to change the standards again, so those people could change themselves again, or their children could buy into the standards and purchase the products again, right? So it's all about ensuring the growth. To have the growth, you have to have something new, and that will be beauty standards. Does that make sense? Like, you need new beauty standards to make new customers. That's why it changed every 10 to 20 years. I just realized that. It's true. It's true. That's what I think about beauty standards.
Fuck your beauty standards. Wait, but who created it? You know what? I don't care. 'Cause what I have, I still are fakes.
How do you feel about body hair, specifically pubic hair? There's nothing wrong with having body hair. It's beautiful. It's completely up to you what you want to do with it. The same with pubic hair, arm hair, leg hair, any type of hair. If you want to have it, go ahead, more power to you. If you want to remove it, remove it. Like, it's all up to you, and there's no shame in whatever choice you choose to do. How do you stop wishing you had a different body type? I think that the best advice for this is to realize that all body types are equally beautiful, whether it be skinny, medium size, big size, or even obese. I think there's beauty in every size. And like I said, beauty is subjective. Who can define for the whole world what is beautiful and what is not? It's all just up to the individual. And if it's up to the individual, it means that we can define what is beautiful for us. You can define, or you can decide that your body is beautiful. Yeah, why not? It's up to us to decide. Let's decide that our body is beautiful. Let's decide that our body is enough as it is. It is perfect as it is. It's not that perfect in social media and magazines. It's not that type of perfect. That's a different type of perfection. That's somebody else's definition of perfection. But what's your definition of perfection? Let's make your definition of perfection yourself. Let's make your definition of perfection your beauty, your body. And so, how can I stop wishing to have a different body type? By deciding that my body type is perfect, by deciding that my body type is enough, is beautiful. I have that power to decide. Realize that you have the power. You can define for yourself. You don't have to follow everybody else. And this is your life. You are the main character. You are the most important person in your life. So make the decisions that uplift you, that free you from all these standards and expectations, because you don't have to. We live in such a free society that nowadays you can be anything you want. You can believe in anything you want. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I think that's something to celebrate. That's something that's so amazing. And I believe that you have the power to decide. So decide what's good for you. What's the best thing you can do when you start feeling down? Actually, I experienced this a few days ago. Let's just say I lost an opportunity that I was, kind of excited for. At first I just kind of like brush it off and tell myself that it's okay, it's okay, another thing will come. And then I feel like because I brush it off, I kind of suppress it, and that negative feeling was still in me. And it's like over time, over the days, it started growing and growing, and I start getting irritated, kind of start feeling down. And once I noticed that, I realized that I have to release all this built up energy inside of me. So I say that one of the best things you could do when you start feeling down is to release the emotion. And that can look different for anyone. For me, how I release it is I just talk to myself. Like I legit just say stuff to myself like this, like, why am I so mad? Why am I so disappointed? Oh, because I lost this opportunity, because I thought that I could achieve this, but I didn't. And I'm mad about it. I'm mad about it. And so I just like, let all of it out. Because a lot of times I feel like I can't be real 100% with people when I talk about my problem. I feel like we all put on masks when we with other people, and that's okay. Like there's nothing wrong with that. But when we are by ourselves, we could just be real with ourselves. Like we could let all of our emotions out, and that's, I think, one of the best way to release built up emotion and negative energy. If you don't have the space to like talk to yourself and vent and shout and scream, you can write, you can journal, you can cry, you can go for a walk. Allow yourself the space and the time to release the emotion, to feel those emotions and to process those emotions, because feelings are meant to be felt, and you can't just brush them off. You can't just power through them and hope that they will go away. You have to give them the time and the place to honor the feeling, to feel the feeling. In a nutshell, you have to let yourself feel the feelings to be able to move on from those feelings. I feel so left out when everyone around me is bigger than A cup. I'm flat AF. What do I do? Well, what other people have is none of your business. It's not what you should concern about. It's not what you should focus on. Who care about what other people have? Care about what you have and realize that it's enough. Realize that you don't have to be like everybody else. You don't have to. You really don't have to. Being you is enough. Whether it's A cup, B cup, C cup, D cup, triple A cup, like any type of breast is they all gorgeous and perfect in their own way, and it's all equally beautiful. They're all equally beautiful. And so don't care about what other people have. Focus back on yourself. Focus on what you have and realize that it's enough. How do you deal with bad body image days? It happens, of course. One of the things that really worked for me is to distance myself from social media entirely. On my bad body image days, you gotta turn off your phone, delete the app. You gotta just distance yourself from the source. Because if you go online and see other beautiful people and how they are thriving, you're not gonna be able to get over your feelings. You have to distance yourself from them. Like I said, let yourself feel the bad feelings. That's the thing about feelings. Like once you give yourself the permission to feel them, they just naturally go away. They just want to be felt. Like they just literally will go away or vanish once you give yourself the permission to feel bad and not resist or go against your feeling or tell yourself that you're not supposed to feel a certain feeling. Another effective way to deal with bad body image days is to practice positive self-talk. So after you let yourself feel the feelings, you have to take on the role of a best friend to yourself. You have to take on the role of a parental figure to yourself in whatever way that makes sense to you. Sometimes I would tell myself, you are loved, you are enough, you are capable, and really take in those words like those words are from my parents, those words are from God, those words are from a higher power. I kind of play the part and imagine that they are telling me these positive words and feel soothed and calm because of that. Or other times I can take on the role of my higher self and tell myself that I am loved, I am enough, I am beautiful. So yeah, you can figure out what works for you and remember to always be gentle on yourself.
Accept yourself. Love yourself.
What do you do if somebody else comments on your body? How do you respond when people body shame you? It depends on the context. If it's just a comment or message from some random person, I just usually ignore it, because to give your attention to them is to give your power to them. But I also love taking those comments and turning them into content. They're great for inspiration. I can reply to a comment and make a whole new video about it. And I honestly, in a way, I kind of love hate comments or body shaming comments because they kind of like are perfect opportunities for me to make more videos. If it's from a stranger, I would look at them directly in the eyes and say, can you repeat that? Can you say that again? When you do that, they know that they f***ed up. They know that they said something offensive. But if they're not aware of that and they repeat what they say, I would tell them that, do you know that it's body shaming? Did you just body shame me? Something along the line. Something like that, you know, to make them aware that what they did or what they say is body shaming and is not tolerated by you, is not acceptable. You know, I believe that we have to stand up for ourselves. If it's just some strangers online, it's like whatever. But if it's in real life, don't let people walk over you. Don't let people disrespect you. Don't let people put you down. I mean, if it's a stranger, yeah, whatever. But if it's somebody that you know, if it's friends, family, it's not okay. You have to let them know that it's not okay to do that. And it's body shaming. And in 2022, we don't do body shaming anymore. It's not cool anymore. Even if they say that it's jokes, they just want to be funny, tell them that it's not funny. It's not funny ever to make comments on people's body. It's not welcome. Or if I don't ask your opinion about my body or about anything I do, like, don't offer your opinion. Did you used to wear a bra to make your chest look bigger? Struggling with that myself. I could definitely relate to you. I used to wear push-up bra, padded bra for the first 19-20 years of my life. I know that you could develop like a dependence on it. You may not feel comfortable or confident when you don't have those bras on. I think that's completely understandable. My tip is to just start slow. To start, you can not wear the bra when you go grocery shopping, for example, or when you go to the gym, for example, or when you just go to like a casual place that you don't really care how you look. Maybe start with those and then increase the frequency of the time that you don't wear push-up or padded bra and see how you feel. Just ease yourself into it and you'll eventually realize that, oh, it feels so much better, so much more comfortable when I don't have the bra on. You realize that nobody cares. I think that eventually you're gonna have the confidence to give those bra up. How do I develop self-love for my body when I'm constantly told that it isn't perfect? Well, nobody's body is perfect. A lot of people post images of themselves online and make themselves look perfect. We have no idea if it's Photoshop. We have no idea that it's surgery. We have no idea if any of it is real. And even if it's real, why does it matter? Even if somebody have perfect natural body, because I put perfect in quotation because perfect is subjective. A certain type of body can look perfect to you, but to another person it may not. And what is considered perfect is what social media or the media in general have conditioned you to think that it's perfect. And so there's no real definition of a perfect body. So I think once you realize that a perfect body is 1, subjective, 2, not real, 3, is fabricated by big corporations and the media to make you buy more products, then you realize that why do you have to subject yourself to that idea of perfection? So come back to the question, how can you develop self-love for your body? I've talked about this a lot in the past, but it's honestly come down to distance yourself from your source of insecurity. If you follow some people online and whenever you see their images, they make you feel not enough, they make you feel ugly, unfollow them for a while. It's not personal and you have to do what's best for you. So unfollow them, follow the people that have the same body type as you, that have a positive message, or that just make you feel good when you look at them. What we allow in our life is so important. You have to be selective with what you allow in your life, whether it be social media, whether it be the types of account you follow, whether it be the type of media you consume. You have to think critically about whether this particular thing is good for you or not. if it's not good for you, you gotta cut it out. You gotta distance yourself from it.
Come on now, cut it out.
How do you manage to exercise without having the purpose of changing your body? I think that you should look at doing exercise as a way to take care of your body as opposed to changing your body. You know, there's a lot of benefits that come with exercise. Yeah, it helps you to lose weight or slim down or make certain part look bigger or firmer. But the main benefit of exercise is your health. Is that it's good for your health, it's good for your cardiovascular system, it's good for mood boosting, it's good for everything. It's good for so many things other than to make you look better. So focus more on the health benefits of exercise rather than the look benefit of it is my recommendation.
I've created a flowchart to answer the age-old question, do you even lift?
Have you ever experienced skinny privilege? Asking because I have always thought if people do get it. Yes, I definitely experienced skinny privilege, but it also depends on how you define skinny privilege. Does it mean that I don't have to pay extra for airplane seats, or I don't get charged by my doctors for my health problems? Then yes, that would apply to me. But if by saying skinny privilege you mean I get extra opportunities because I'm skinny, then I would say no, not really. I don't think that would be the case. I would also want to mention that every size comes with its own problem. Like, yeah, if you're fat, you're gonna be fat shamed. If you're skinny, you're gonna be skinny shamed too. There's no situations that, you know, you just get privilege and all the good things like this. Definitely another side to it. Last question. How do you start wearing the clothes you actually want to? I have to build my confidence first, of course, and I have talked a lot about how to, be more confident or accept my body in my previous answers and a lot of my other videos. But, I think that that's the first step. You gotta build your confidence, and even when you don't feel that confidence, just wear it. Just fake it till you make it. Just wear it and see what happens. Maybe you wear it and you realize that, oh my god, people love it, or most importantly, you love it. That would be my recommendation. Just do what you want. And that brings me to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching till this point of the video. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please give it a like, and I'll see you in my next video. Till next time, love yourself, be kind to yourself, and treat others the same way. Bye bye.